what's up, guys? Welcome to Kind of Funny's Aladdin in Review. That's right. We are ranking and reviewing every single Aladdin movie. But wait, that's not true at all. We are actually just watching, rating, and reviewing Aladdin, the 1992 animated classic, and Aladdin, the 2019 live action. We'll see. We'll see next week. Who knows?
No return of Jafar? How dare you?
No return of Jafar.
That's a
no
shame.
King of Thieves, and it is a shame.
What's the Family Guy joke? Aladdin 8, Jafar goes to the optometrist.
No, it's Aladdin 4, Jafar needs glasses.
Say, it's a 4?
Solid sequels, man.
2 and 3 are great.
Solid,
2 and 3 are great.
solid
haven't seen
sequels.
them in many, many years, but I remember them being
I've seen
great.
any of the sequels to
Never
Aladdin.
watched them.
You know what I did, though? I watched the end of King of Thieves last night, or 2 nights ago, just for a little catch-up to see. It wasn't as hype
was
as I
that a
remember.
wedding?
Yeah, it was as hype as I remember. Y'all need to get educated. Are you
What happens
educated,
at the end
Andy?
of What happens at the end of King of Thieves?
The end of King of
They get it
Thieves.
on?
I'm getting all into this now with the little, what do we want to call the
Universe?
facts here? The Aladdin facts.
Oh, goodness.
The facts
I don't
of
know.
time. It's like the sands of time.
Okay,
Rub
we
the
can do that.
lamp, get the facts. Facts. Skeet.
Yeah. Okay. We'll workshop that out.
return in review, Craig Miller.
Oh, is it going to be more kid-friendly because it's a Disney thing? No, penises go in vaginas, and that's how babies get made, kids.
Yeah.
I'm Tim Gettys. That's Andy Cortez. That's Kevin Coelho, Craig Miller, and Nick Scarpino.
You can also
rounded out
adopt, but that kid was
Santa Claus isn't real.
Damn.
Guys, stop.
We're getting crazy. No, the thing is, the Robin Williams did not return for the sequel, Return of Jafar,
Because of the poster.
Not for the reasons you'd think. Yes, because of the poster. I'll
Sounds
tell
like
you all
there's no
about
reason.
that.
Yeah.
Well, most people
Was
would
that the
think.
poster where they hit all the dicks
No, that was the
Little
cover
Mermaid.
of the
That was Little
VHS
Mermaid.
box.
of Little Mermaid?
Little
For this
Mermaid.
one, wasn't it?
No, it was Little
It was
Mermaid.
under
It was the-
This is the one where he goes,
Castles.
good teenagers, take off their clothes.
Which is nice. He says, good kitty. Take somebody. He says, go back or some shit.
What?
He doesn't say take off your clothes.
No, it did.
You
It
just
definitely did.
gotta like imagine that. No, Robin Williams, who is also the voice of the Peddler in the beginning of this movie.
I
that
knew
The
we
it.
narrator
watched,
who disappears, never to return.
he returns
There's
at the
a
end of 3. He was going to return at the end of 1, and they're going to do a reprise of the song, but they decided not to because they liked how this one ended with the emotional love, them flying off, which is great. But the end of the 3rd movie is him wrapping it up, and there's like a wink at the camera that he is the genie, which is fun.
That's really
I
cool.
like that a lot.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's
It
cool.
is.
I
It
had
is.
heard that there was a deleted scene, but I guess that's probably what you're talking about.
The end of the first.
The end of the first.
So since we're talking about it, I want to get right into some little fun lamp facts or whatever Greg called him about Robin Williams in particular. Robin Williams was the first major celebrity to be cast in an animated movie. He recorded almost 16 hours of ad-libbed dialogue for this
Jesus
movie across
Christ.
4 days. He did 4-hour stints each day. And the animators, before they even started, they transcribed all 16 hours and looked at it and kind of took the script that they had and just picked and chose the best lines that they wanted where they thought they could have fun animation moments.
12 animators died in the process.
But
I was gonna say, and that really comes through though.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you really
Some
see that a
great
lot. A
comedy.
lot of these, like for instance, we were watching. Obviously, the whole day we've been just playing Disney music, and I went back and
God, it
rewatched the Prince Ali moment, and he's just got that part where he's like he just pops up and he's doing the New Year's Eve Thanksgiving Day
Oh,
parade
so great.
announcers. And you're like, there's no way
reason.
they thought to write that in there.
Yeah.
He must have come
he
up
just
with that
did
at the
it.
time.
It's just so, I mean, there's so much ad-lib stuff that like I was reading about. Like, there's so many facts for this that I cannot tell them all. But with Robin Williams particularly, there's in all the songs, he'll just ad-lib bits like that, like while they're recording the song. They're like, I guess we have to keep this for the Friend Like Me when he does the like trumpet sounds. The wah, wah, wah,
Yeah.
wah. That was originally trumpets, and he was just like, no, I want to do it. And they're like, all right, I guess.
Whatever you say, Robin
The
Williams.
trumpet players in the studio like,
So
He
here's
didn't even know he'd been cut. He was like, went to the premiere. Mom, it's gonna be me. And then fucking Robin. Wah, wah, wah. He's like, fucking goddamn
You
it.
got both
dive-
Robin Williams.
to dive in.
oh, sorry, real quick. Is this one of the first Disney movies to like to talk about pop culture in a way that it did? Like to
Well, I think it was the Robin Williams like magic there,
Yeah.
kind of bringing
I mean,
it
yeah,
in.
he literally does
Because
impressions
referencing,
of
like, Rodney
De Niro and
Dangerfield
Rodney
and-
Dangerfield and Jack Nicholson.
Really bizarre.
It's
It's
great.
cool.
It's awesome.
This wasn't your granddad's Disney. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly. That's what I mean.
Getting
Yeah.
real. To dive into what Greg was talking about Robin Williams. In gratitude for his success with Touchstone Pictures' Good Morning Vietnam, Robin Williams voiced the genie for SAG scale pay, $75K, instead of his asking fee of $8 million.
Yeah.
On
Should've gone with $8
condition
million.
that his name or image not be used for marketing and his supporting character not take more than 25% of space on advertising artwork, since Williams' film Toys was scheduled for release 1 month after Aladdin's debut.
And that thing
Movie's
sucks.
terrible.
For financial reasons, the studio went back on the deal on both counts, especially in poster art, by having the genie in 25% of the image, but also having major and supporting characters portrayed considerably smaller. The Disney Hyperion book, Aladdin, The Making of an Animated Film, listed both of Williams' characters, the Peddler and the Genie, ahead of main characters, but was forced to refer to him only as the actor signed to play the Genie.
Weird.
Disney, while not using Williams' name in commercials as per the contract, used his voice for the Genie in the commercials and used the Genie character to sell toys and fast food tie-ins without having to pay Williams additional money. Williams unhappily quipped at the time, the only reason Mickey Mouse has 3 fingers is because he can't pick up a check. Williams, which I don't really understand.
He can still pick up a check with 3 fingers.
Yeah.
I can put my 3 fingers in.
I'm
Grace
picking up a
water.
cup right now with 3 fingers.
But one of those is a thumb.
Pick it up.
There you
He got it. Look at that.
Wow. Williams explained to New York Magazine that
Science
his
go
previous
far.
Mork and Mindy merchandising was different because the image is theirs, but the voice, that's me. I gave them myself. When it happened, I said, I don't do that. And they apologized, they being Disney. They said it was done by other people. Disney attempted to assuage Williams by sending him a Pablo Picasso painting worth more than $1 million at the time. But this move failed to repair the damaged relationship.
And he punched right through it.
Disney sent him a Pablo Picasso painting? A Picasso?
Hold on,
That's
Kevin.
insane.
This move failed to repair the damaged relationship, as the painting was a self-portrait of the artist as Vincent van Gogh, which apparently really clashed with the Williams wider home decor.
Wait, you sent him a Picasso that was a self-portrait of Vincent
Yeah, that
van
doesn't
Gogh?
make sense. By sending him a Pablo Picasso painting worth more than $1 million at the time, but this move failed to repair the damaged relationship as the painting was a self-portrait of the artist.
Must have been a Picasso self-portrait.
Of the artist as Vincent van Gogh. What? Apparently Williams had a wilder home decor.
That's not what we're hung up on.
Yeah, I know. I'm very aware.
It's weird.
Oh,
Picasso
are you?
cosplays
Are
as
you?
Van
Yeah.
Gogh.
Good.
They're 2 different
Good
artists.
talk.
Who do you think was like the exec that was like, you know what, let's send him that one Picasso
$1
we
million.
have.
It's just hanging. No one really wants it
probably
here.
was someone's.
Williams refused to sign on for the return of Jafar, so it was Dan Castellaneta that voiced the Genie. When Jeffrey Katzenberg was replaced
shit.
by Joe Roth as Walt Disney Studios chairman, Roth organized a public apology to Williams. Williams would, in turn, reprise the role of the 1996 direct-to-video sequel Aladdin and the King of Thieves.
Great
So
got
he came back.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. But they
I
got,
don't
they got
like
Homer
it.
Simpson to be the...
I don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like thinking I don't know all of the Aladdin story. Just fucking stop. All right? I don't need it.
No, 2 and 3 are not vaulted. You can go watch them.
Yeah,
or
I
like a
don't want to.
prequel.
It's like a direct sequel.
direct sequel.
They're
Got
both
it.
direct sequels.
They pick up right after.
Reveals that his dad's alive.
Not an orphan.
Like
we
literally,
thought.
2 as they're flying midair, they get hit and they crash.
Yeah, it's like,
and that's
it
our
starts
2
second
stars.
after.
Wow.
It's crazy.
It is
But it's like
basically
someone actually
Lost.
finds
Jafar.
Jafar's
'Cause that was a stupid
10,000
idea.
years later.
That was a stupid idea, right?
Lock him in there. Give
Well, I
him
mean, that
ultimate
was-
power.
Give him another. I mean, it was the only way you could do it, but I wouldn't throw the lamp,
Like,
Genie.
they'll
I would
deal
put
with
the
it later.
fucking- Can we
You
put it
can
in a
imagine,
cave?
he was like, I'm gonna throw this super far away, you know?
He's like, put it another 10,000 years. Like, well, I just got it out. Are you fucking telling the lion god over there to fucking do the same thing that we need a diamond in the
Jesus
rough? Like, how do they
Christ.
get it out? Is it just someone dude walks in?
Yeah,
Do
he
you see
just
it?
he just walks by and finds it.
Really?
I think it's like a
But
waterfall.
I think
right?
10,000 years has to go by, right?
No, it
No,
doesn't.
no,
It
no.
doesn't in
Yeah.
Return
Real
of
dangerous.
Jafar.
Could be-
King of the
could
Neck,
be an
though.
hour.
The movie is Aladdin, released on November 25th, 1992. The same year Cool Greg was born. Directed by Ron Clements and John Musker, who you might know as directing The Great Mouse Detective, Little Mermaid, Hercules, Treasure Planet, and Moana. A budget of $28 million. That's fucking nothing.
That's
Hey, man,
it?
you got
That's
to draw.
it.
Wow, that
Isn't
movie
that
was a
crazy?
cash cow for
Because we were
them.
recently looking at Pokemon, the first movie, and it was like 100 million.
No, I thought it was 50.
Was it 50 million? Still, it's double almost. Aladdin.
Yeah. I feel like there are points where you like. I think that the animations in Aladdin not amazing.
I think you're crazy.
Hmm?
But in the
I think
box
the animated
office,
people look good, but I think the backgrounds are kind of
Yeah, the
blah.
backgrounds look blah and like their movements. Like I mean, I was watching with Paula, my wife, who was like, did you see the way the legs slid there? It's like that doesn't look great. An animator.
Well, it's hard. I mean,
I was watching on an iPhone in an airport, and I was like, "There's a lot of dead space in these shots."
There is like some of the sand stuff. You're like, that's weird. That's just a lot of sparkly sand behind him, and it actually looks like it's more in focus than the characters because it's different. Because a lot, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but some of this was like CG, right?
Yeah, this is one of the
25.
first animated movies to incorporate what we look at as modern CG. Like we see it in the Cave of Wonders Escape.
Yeah.
But also,
I
so much
think
of the
actual
the
lion
tower
was CG.
spawn.
The
Right.
lion, yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
carpet?
The Cave
The
of
magic
Wonders, yeah.
carpet.
Yeah.
The carpet?
Yeah.
Magic carpet?
I feel like a bunch of it was, and like when he like contorts and bends,
Oh, yeah, he was
it
CG.
looks so weird.
Yeah.
Box office of $504 million, which is insane.
Did pretty good that year.
The highest grossing film of 1992. Nick, I thought you'd appreciate this little list
Yeah.
here. Number 1 was Aladdin. Number
yeah.
2, The Bodyguard. Number 3, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Number
movies,
4, Basic Instinct.
Oh,
Year for
hot.
movies.
Number 5, Lethal Weapon 3.
Yep.
Number 6, Batman Returns.
Wow, the best year ever.
Number 7,
This
A
is a
Few
great
Good
year.
Men. Number 8, Sister Act.
That's a great
Really
Sister
good
Act is a
lineup of
fucking
movies.
movie.
Yeah.
Number 9,
Sister
Bram
Act 2, not
Stoker's
so much.
Dracula.
Yeah.
Number
That
10,
movie sucks.
Wayne's World.
Fuck yes.
Can you
That's our
imagine
big
Wayne's
top
World?
10.
Good for Wayne's
This list
World.
now.
That's a
Like,
solid
it's just
top
so
10.
funny. There's no superhero. Oh, there's Batman. He's holding
Batman
it down,
Returns.
returning and shit. You know what I mean? I just thought that was fun. A runtime of a brisk hour and 30 minutes. How refreshing was it to watch a movie that didn't feel like it was 3 hours long?
Well, it's great because you get to that point where he gets ejected out into the Arctic Circle, or wherever the fuck they are. And that's normally where a movie would have another probably 15, 20 minutes in there of like him trying to figure out how to get back. No, he just finds the carpet
come on,
and
let's
flies
get
right
the
the fuck
fuck outta
back.
here.
Love
And it's
it.
great. And so I
love
like
it.
that.
The film is the 31st Disney animated feature film and was the 4th produced during the Disney film era known as the Disney Renaissance.
No,
It's good stuff.
The success led to various derived works and other material inspired by the film, including 2 direct-to-video sequels, The Return of Jafar in 94 and Aladdin, the King of Thieves in 96, and an animated television series of the same name, which featured a crossover with the Hercules
It was
animated
awesome.
show, and it was awesome.
So cool.
Nick, you want to get into the plot?
Do you want to plot it out, ladies and gentlemen, before?
Andy, I feel like
give
you
it to me,
gotta
Andy.
do it.
Do I have to?
Yes,
Greg's back.
give him the.
Yeah, but Greg always-
give it to him. He doesn't
fucking
want to.
piece of shit. Don't cheat on me. Give him his own. Give him one, but like Arabian Nights. We'll do it like that.
Nick's got the plot in Agrabah.
Ooh,
There you go.
ladies and gentlemen, we're kicking it off with the classic "When You Wish." Wait, what is it? When You Wish Upon a Star
The classic.
Disney logo,
That's
which
true.
fucking got me. So I was trying
Got
to
you,
remember the
man.
song. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. All the feels, all this magic coming back right here. Fucking fantastic, ladies
Do they
and
not
gentlemen.
use that
Guess
anymore?
what? No, I mean they have the
Now
Disney
it's a
Castle
super
now and all
modern
that
version.
stuff.
It's the same song, well, same melody, but it's like a crazy ass.
It's
longer
more
version.
orchestral and,
Yeah.
and symphonic. Yeah,
But just seeing that blue screen,
the blue screen with like the
So good.
awesome. But guess what? Everyone, take your shirt off because it's getting hot in this desert. It is.
Nope, nope,
there it
nope,
is.
nope,
Nope.
nope.
It was metaphorical. But
Sorry,
do
my
it.
apologies.
Do it. We see a traveler on a camel and he's walking through the desert and we hear the first
Just
song
singing,
kick
dude.
up. Boom, 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 boom. Arabian Nights. Fantastic. What a way to set the story. And this, I didn't know the guy's name was the Peddler, but I guess it is the Peddler, which sounds like an like a B Batman villain.
Yeah,
but
definitely
it's
Batman
okay.
Rogues Gallery.
He walks us into, as we're singing here, talking about Arabian Nights, he walks us into Agrabah. We see the city. It's nighttime. And it's the narrator, and he starts telling
Arabian
us.
Night. It's like an Arabian Day.
Exactly. You can sing the song. By the way, you guys feel free to just break out into song whenever
Please
you want on
don't.
these things.
You guys aren't good
Andy's
singers.
killing it, man. I feel like you and Aladdin have the same kind of
Hair.
vocal range.
We're right there, dude. We're right there. We're simpatico.
The narrator, of course, voiced by Robin Williams, which was awesome. Nice little touch. Has all sorts of cute little improvs here. He talks about the Dead Sea Tupperware, which I wrote as a line. I thought it was funny. Got a little chuckle out of me.
Here's the thing. As soon as the beginning of this movie, I realized like I didn't understand 90% of the words these motherfuckers say when I was a little kid.
Yeah,
I just kind of enjoyed what was happening.
Yeah.
But even now, I'm just like I don't get the Dead Sea Tupperware thing at
Dead
all.
Sea Scrolls. Dead Sea Tupperware. He
Does
just
Dead
makes a
Sea
reference.
Scrolls?
Doesn't matter because he shows us the lamp
should've gone
and he
to
starts
church.
talking about the story we're about to hear. But as he shows us the lamp, he says, "Look, it's not what's outside, but what's inside that counts," which is the theme of this
Theme of
movie,
the movie.
referring to the lamp, but of course also referring to Aladdin, who mirrors that later. He introduces Aladdin and starts the tale. It begins on a dark night where a dark man waits with a dark purpose.
Yeah, dude.
All right, and we see Jafar meeting Gazim, who has half of a golden, what are those things, scarabs? Is that what they're called? Little tiny, yeah. And Gazim has the other half. When he combines the two, the thing comes alive and shoots into a sand dune and makes the entrance to the Cave of Wonders.
I'm like half expecting Brendan Fraser from The Mummy to be in this, going after the scarabs, you know?
Me, Kevin, and Cool Greg went to Aladdin on Ice when we were younger.
Nice.
Kevin had these dope ass swords with little jewels on them. Cool Greg got the scarab. Little beetle thing, and I got Jafar's badass little fucking
cobra
When you
staff.
say you
Yeah.
got
And
this
it's
stuff,
tough.
you got it from like the souvenir stand, or like
Yeah.
Stole it from. There was a backstage. Just stole it from the
I know, it was
cosplay.
like
street rats, you know?
three lads, come on here.
We were on the ice. Like,
That show is great.
a fun thing, Jafar's character design based on Maleficent.
Oh.
And you can kind of tell
Yeah, you
that.
can kinda
You
see
can look
that.
at this guy and you're like, he's evil.
This guy's
This
badass.
guy's
Yes.
fucked up shit.
He sends Kazim in, of course, and says, "Listen, dude, you get me the lamp. You can have whatever the hell else you want in there, but bring me the lamp first." Clearly, not really knowing the rules because that guy had touched anything in the Cave of Wonders first. Whole thing melts away in a fucking fiery ball of hell. But we'll get to that in about 20 minutes.
Kazim character model based on Kevin Coelho. Actually.
The mouth reminds me a lot of Simba, so we'll be referring to him as Simba for the rest of the time. Kazim, of course, tries to enter Simba's mouth, but gets spit out as he says, "Who disturbs my slumber?" And we learn there can be the only person that can enter is one whose worth lies far within, a diamond in the rough, right? And we know just looking at Kazim,
Not the diamond.
that
in the rough.
diamond.
he's not gonna work. He's not gonna work.
He
But
dies. He
he's
gets
just
swallowed,
rough.
right?
We know Gazim's awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Diamond in the rough is like they don't know what they have. Gazim, you look
Exactly.
at and you're like, I
Exactly.
got it.
He's
I'd like to have a beer with this guy.
polished.
You know?
He fixes the doorbell.
Kazim, of course, is fucking. I'm gonna try anyway. Enters Simba's mouth and just gets swallowed. Just gets swallowed whole. The dune recedes into the sand. He is not worthy, and Jafar is not happy.
Now,
about
how
this.
many does he pop up in the next one or the one after that? Gazim. When does Gazim
He's
pop back
dead.
up? In this
I
fucking
don't
story?
died.
remember, actually. But Nick, you'll appreciate this. Jafar originally was going to be voiced by Patrick Stewart, but had to turn it
awesome.
down due to scheduling conflicts with Next Generation.
That's too bad because you figured that would have been awesome. Wolf. That would have been great.
And
But
your
whoever
facts
did
and
Jafar
stuff,
was great.
Were there any? You know, I remember with obviously we're doing this leading up to the live action Aladdin. There was a whole bunch of originally controversy when it looked like they were going to whitewash it, right, and put people that weren't of.
Persian persuasion.
Yeah, in there. Yeah, I don't know. Was
Arabic
there
Persian.
problem? Was there any blowback here? Or was it we were just young innocent?
Different time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we just didn't
different
care.
time.
I don't know. I didn't get any notes.
Because you even put it up here, right? It's Robin Williams when he's doing a lot of racist accents. It's like,
put that
you're
back.
watching this, you're like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, he goes through the gambit on these ones. Of course, we also are introduced here to Iago, who is voiced by the one and only Gilbert
the
Godfrey.
one and only.
And
Gilbert
man, I tell you,
Godfrey, dude.
What a terrible
you
voice
think
that man
Aladdin
has.
and you think Robin Williams, obviously. You forget how freaking awesome Gilbert Godfrey
Yeah.
is as Iago.
Very iconic,
He's
man.
so good and really carries that. Provides a nice little dose of comedic relief to Jafar's very heavy character because he's the evil motherfucker. Jafar must find the diamond in the rough as mirrored again by the Cave of Wonders as it recedes and it says, "Find the diamond in the rough." Really just like, dude, you know this guy's has ill intent, but stop giving him fucking hints. Doesn't matter. Because we see our hero finally go into Agrabah and we see Aladdin and he's being chased by soldiers because he stole a loaf of bread. He's hungry.
One jump, I've had a thing, man.
Right, and we get
There's
one
that.
jump.
How about
Fantastic.
Freaking
Gotta eat to live, gotta
amazing
steal to eat,
song,
gotta
man.
steal to eat, all that stuff.
Otherwise,
Yada,
we'd
yada.
be friends, right? Isn't that how that song goes?
Is that how it is?
Yeah, it's really
Just
good.
a little
No,
snack,
Andy.
guys.
You're not hitting it, dude.
Later.
You know.
You have no tone. You can't tell.
And Nick,
He's
when you
just
said later, you
crashing.
said
He's
at any
crashing right
point
now.
you could bust into song.
That's true. I'm sorry. I
He was
apologize.
doing it. He was
I
doing it.
actually texted Andy last night. I was like, "Can you bring in your piano so we can all sing these songs together?"
You have a piano?
And he said, "I don't play piano, and I don't have a piano."
This song was this was the moment I fell in love with this movie as a young child. I remember running around the playground, singing it in my head, jumping off the different things like an idiot. So much fun.
We're also introduced to Abu here, who when Aladdin gets stopped by one of the guards, Abu, of course. Abu, by the way, saves Aladdin's ass the entire time.
That's what he was
and
meant
basically
to
is
do.
like, don't do any of this shit. And Aladdin's like, "I don't care, you're a monkey," and throws him against the wall and punches him right in his stupid little monkey
Until he turns
fucking
into a
stomach.
dumb-looking ass elephant.
Right, which is ridiculous.
Abu, voiced by Frank Welker, a.k.a. Megatron.
Man.
No?
Transformers, which is awesome.
That's a great role
Also,
for him.
Fred from Scooby-Doo.
I
Aladdin,
just thought you were going to say Punisher. I don't know why.
Frank Castle.
Yeah.
Aladdin's being chased all over the place. There's a part with a guy laying on a bed of needles that always freaked me out when I was a kid. And guess what? It still freaked me out now because
Sure.
they step on him.
He's dead.
Fire breathers,
Super
all
dead.
sorts of stuff like that. I had at one point, Abu grabs a sword and just starts going hardcore. I love that little part where it's like he's a monkey with a sword.
And then we have swords
he's like,
too.
"We have swords too."
That's great.
Of course, Aladdin goes all the way up to the tower. And what does he escape on? I didn't catch this when I first watched it when I was a kid, but he escapes on a carpet, which I thought was kind of cool.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing. Is about to eat. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Lands is about to eat his bread until, of course, he notices that there's
other little
two little
orphans.
starving orphans over there in the corner, just sad as shit.
Going through a garbage.
And he gives him the bread. Abu, of course, is like, no, I'm not giving you this bread. And then is guilty.
Abu's got a good survival instinct.
He does. He's like, listen.
Aladdin's like, I'll take care of these shits. I, of course, as a street rat, Aladdin learned how to do all this shit, but now I'll take care of these two fucking watermelons. They're figured out or they don't.
Yeah.
One of them eats the other one, and then they understand they have to run
Darwin,
around.
dude.
That's the thing with Abu, though. It's
Yeah.
like, he wants the bread, but he sees it. Monkey see, monkey do. He has to give it to the kids, too.
No, he sees his master. He knows that. That's what's so funny about this.
It's not
Oh, Genie,
master.
here's your freedom. I'm so sorry. Abu carried my human shit.
Of course, Abu eventually gives into peer pressure and gives the kids the bread, and then they all starve to death. End of movie. No. On the road, of course, we see one of the final suitors here, Prince Ahmed. On the way to the palace, he is another suitor for the princess. We learn about the princess here, and apparently doesn't mind just straight running over children.
Yeah,
there are
dude.
children that run into the middle of the
Smacking
street, and he's like, "I will kill kids for the princess."
And
It
goes
doesn't
to
matter.
whip him.
Yeah.
And Aladdin stops the whip.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
And he's like a badass.
This is when you're like, oh, this is when you're like, oh, he's the diamond in the rough.
He is. This is the one.
Well, I think it's when he gave the food to the
Like,
kids.
I thought it was a
Yeah, that's why I was like, you stupid idiot. I can't wait. You're gonna die now. How are you keeping this physique?
Ahmed knocks him over and kind of calls him a worthless street rat. The word street rat comes up a lot here, and he says he chases after him and says, "I'm not worthless," but of course can't catch up to him before the doors close. To the palace, we pick back up.
Also, kind of weird that like all the women in the world want Aladdin. Like they want to fuck this kid.
Well, they're street rats too. Like they were like that was you're talking about the women up in the thing, right? With
Yeah.
I thought with all due respect, right? They were prostitutes, right?
Ladies of the night.
Like they're in the street rat culture. You know what I mean?
well, there's a woman that was like, he's
Basically-
still tasty or whatever. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he's a handsome young man.
Yeah,
It's pretty
exactly.
hot.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Aladdin was modeled after Tom Cruise.
No shit.
I can see it.
Like,
I
saw
can
some
totally see
side
it.
by sides. I'm like, all right, I totally see it. And then Scott Weinger, the voice of Aladdin, also played DJ's boyfriend,
Yeah, of course.
Steve, on Full House. There was an episode of Full House where they go to Disneyland. He's dressed as Aladdin. It's a whole cute thing. A couple more things just get out of the way
get
here.
it out of the fucking
In order
way,
to capture the movement for Aladdin's pants, the animator Glenn Keane used MC Hammer music videos for reference.
Oh, it's so cool.
Very
Hell yeah.
appreciated. And then Jasmine's appearance was modeled after actress Jennifer Connelly.
Really?
Oh, okay.
I don't see that.
If you see side by side, you're like, okay.
Okay, love it. Of course, Aladdin. I think this is a reprisal of One Jump Ahead. I can't remember which song it is, but it talks about being a riff-raff street rat. I don't buy that. If only they'd look closer, would they see a poor boy? No, siree. They'd find there's so much more to me.
I just got
we're
chills
getting this
right
one
there.
more time. He looks out over the castle and says, "Someday, Abu, things are going to change, but I'll probably die of malnutrition before that." Oh, I wrote that line. I'm sorry. That was me. He didn't
Tons
say
of
that.
cavities, like
he
no
says, "I'm going to be
hygiene."
rich, live in a palace, and never have any problems." Pretty bold words. Of course, we know that that's not true because guess who we're about to meet right now? Someone who lives in the palace.
Jazzy Jazz,
she is
dude.
rich, and she ain't got none of the problems. Night turns to
Number
day, and
one.
we see the prince from before, but he's pissed. He's running out of the palace because I guess Jasmine just literally has ripped him a new asshole. We see his little underwear.
Was the tiger,
Which
right?
didn't make sense. So Raja bites the pants
Yeah.
off this thing. So we get the whole, we see the heart boxers of this man.
The meundies,
and
if
then
you
we
will.
see the heart meundies in the tiger's mouth.
Yeah,
He
he just bit a part of it off.
Well, yeah. What you're missing, of course, is that what it was
Here
he
we go.
exposed his genitals. That's where the tiger bit and tore the part. Then he turned
he's like,
around on the way out. He only got the
Ugh.
pants.
Got it.
He's now dickless.
No use to the princess.
No use.
She's like, get out.
It's a great continuity error, Kevin. I'm sorry you want to come in here and just be like, oh, Disney's so perfect. Here's a huge flaw, and I just fixed it for you, all right?
Pothole, dude.
This guy got his dick bit off.
pothole.
By Raja, man.
Doesn't need it anymore. We meet Raja, we meet Jasmine, of course we meet the Sultan, who is Jasmine's father. Who
Sultan
reminds?
is a king, right? That's like what Sultan means?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah, I
so.
think so.
An all ruling. He rules all
Sire.
over all the land, and
He's
he's
an
reminded
idiot, too.
It
he's a
seems like he
complete and
rules-
total moron.
I mean, him-
Agrabah, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him looking at
There's
Sultan of
kings
Agrabah.
from other,
Him
or
looking
sultans
at
from other
Jafar
cities coming by.
and being like, my most trusted
My most
advisor. I'm
trusted-
like,
what are you
you're a
talking about?
fucking
No,
moron.
dude, you're a
look
dumb
at,
dumb.
look at
Well, I mean, this
the
guy's
company you're
here.
keeping,
He's
dude.
such a nice
This guy's
guy.
like
though.
this guy's clearly had some inbreeding here. You know, like the Lannisters.
Sultan?
He's playing with toys. He's not really all there as an adult.
Sultan?
Yeah, the
He
Sultan.
keeps shoving the
The
crackers
in the mouth.
burger.
The bird
That
clearly
was
doesn't want
sweet.
Yeah,
the
but
Let's
put you
take
next
care
to a
of it.
puppy, Nick. What are you doing?
I'm gonna fucking shove crackers in that puppy's Of course, the Sultan reminds Jasmine that the law says she must be married to a prince by her next birthday, which, by the way, ticking clock is only 3 days from now. And if she doesn't, they're gonna cut her head clean off. That's what they're going to do.
That,
I don't know what. I don't know
them's
what
the rules.
I don't really know what the consequences were if she doesn't do this, but they're going to kill her.
Jumping ahead, I get that like this
New
is one of
Sultan,
those
man.
dumb things where it's like if they did this, there just wouldn't be a movie. But
Yeah.
by the end of it, you're like, so you could just change the rules.
Yeah, you just kind of.
Why are you so tripping out about this?
Why don't you
Just
give her
change
some
the
time,
rules.
bro?
He hadn't, you know, it's just the love. It opened his eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
100%.
Of course,
Yeah.
Jasmine does
Because
not.
he found Jasmine on the streets, right? It was Jasmine and her brother there, both orphan street
Exactly.
rats, and he only took Jasmine.
Time travel.
Oh wait, no!
Is Jasmine Jon Snow's aunt? I don't know. Of course, Jasmine wants to marry for love. Her dad is worried about her. He won't be around forever, which is weird that he's just. I mean, she's essentially a prisoner. We learn.
She's
in
never
this
been off the palace
She's
grounds, huh?
literally says, "I've never been outside of the palace walls." She's what? You got to figure 18, 19,
14
maybe 20.
probably. Yeah,
It's
probably
dangerous
the way
out there,
these
dude.
movies-
Yeah, it's
And they've never let her out of
Royalty
the palace.
doesn't go outside palaces. Come on,
Walls.
man.
Okay.
Think about Elsa.
The street rats.
Of course, Jasmine's dad goes back into his little cute little office and finds Jafar, who just is awesome in this
cute
whole
little
movie.
office.
Whoever voiced Jafar was fucking awesome. He did a
Jeffrey
great job.
something.
Is that who it was?
Tambor.
We get
Jeffrey the giraffe.
the running gag with Iago getting fed a cracker multiple times. Of course, Iago doesn't like that. Jafar comes up with a solution to his problem, but it will require the use of the Sultan's mystic blue diamond. The Sultan says, "No, I'm not going to let you do this. This is my diamond. It's pretty." And we see Jafar use that dope ass Cobra
Mind
pimp
control
cane
cane.
for the first time.
Jonathan Freeman.
Jonathan Freeman, got it.
And where
That
did
voice sounds
he
familiar.
get this staff from?
He's a sorcerer.
Yeah, he's a sorcerer.
He's a vizier.
Not the best sorcerer though.
Right. So they know that he has special powers.
I mean, you know, with the cane, you can erase people's minds and stuff. That's the same thing. It's like
No,
Yeah.
just slow down.
Give it to us.
We're talking about, he's been inbred and stuff. He's just been mind fucked for like 18
Right?
years, 20, 30
His
years.
brain
He's
is
not a
mushed.
simpleton. He's just a fucking. He's just a complete.
Every day, Jafar's like wiping. He used to be really in shape, and then it just got, you haven't had breakfast. He's like, I haven't had breakfast. Give me another breakfast.
Of
So,
course.
no, it's your 15th.
Jafar gets the mystic blue diamond, then goes to his dope ass underground lab. Meanwhile, Jasmine tries to sneak out of the palace, which apparently is the first time she's ever thought about doing that.
So she's
never
here
thought.
looking at the bird,
Right.
Right, open the little bird cage. It's a metaphor.
Symbolism.
Right, symbolism. There you go.
Symbolism.
There's a song written for the movie about the caged bird that you can hear in the Disneyland show.
Great.
R.I.P.
Free these fucking
She's of course gonna
birds.
she's very selfish. She's like, I'm gonna
Just
leave
like
Raja
me on
completely
time.
behind.
Yeah, dude, and it's so sad.
Raja's
Raja,
like, what the fuck,
it's
you
like
can't
a
take me
ghost
with you?
moment from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You're just like, wow, you really gonna
Sorry,
do
you've
Raja
been
like that?
literally my only friend.
Yeah.
She says that. You're my only friend.
You
Peace.
bit
See you
some
later,
guy's
motherfucker.
dick
I'm gone
off.
forever.
You think she was leaving forever?
She said that.
Yeah, that's what she
I'm
does.
out.
But
She
I
says
feel
I
like
gotta
that's
go
just some
forever.
shit
I'm running
teens
away.
say, you know?
Well, yeah,
I'm
she's-
leaving. Eat your
Like
dick.
she didn't have a real plan.
Enjoy that dick.
Meanwhile, back at the bazaar, Aladdin and Abu are stealing watermelons, just eating them right on top of the watermelon stand because
Dope
watermelon vendors
tactics,
are
man.
fucking idiots.
They've done that shit before. It's like, I'm gonna distract here while you get there, and then we're just gonna be on top of these motherfuckers.
and
And
Aladdin.
you think they would just have knives that would just stab up through? You know what I mean?
I would, or some sort of poker,
Or
That
put
would
the
be
knives
fun.
in the watermelons.
Shake it all up.
We see Jasmine kind of hidden, like, or not hidden, disguised, discovering the wonders of this just dirty bazaar that's outside. But she's transfixed by it because all she's ever seen is a lion, a tiger, a wardrobe, a witch, and the fucking palace. That's all
Yeah.
she's ever seen.
Yeah.
She has
A lion and tiger. Fuck no, that's not right.
Oh my, that's a different.
God, you got it.
Home run, Nick.
Of course, Jasmine is just completely naive to the outside world, and so she sees a small child in hunger, takes an apple, gives it to the child, and then the vendor, who's a very large man, is like, "I hope you got some money to pay for that." And she's like, "I don't have shit for that," and he goes very quickly to, "I'm going to cut your hand off," like
To be
obscenely
fair,
quickly.
To be fair,
Yeah.
That was
she
how you did it?
stole the apple.
Yeah.
But it's like there's no law in this land of people like you're just allowed to cut someone's hand off for
Yeah.
that. I digress.
That's law in this land.
Yeah.
She of course says, "I know the Sultan. You can take me back to the palace." And he's like, "I don't believe that." And then Aladdin comes to the rescue very, very quick, thinking because he's a street rat, but he's got street smarts, which is going to come in later.
Real quick, speaking of that, Greg, in the opening song that Robin Williams sings in the Arabian Nights stuff, there was a line that was changed that was referencing where hands get cut off when you steal or something.
Oh, too intense, but then
somehow they show it and it's fine.
Well, it didn't happen. You know, they stopped it.
Aladdin, of course, goes, oh, she's...
You saw Dick get chopped off.
Because that was in the song too.
Chomp chomp.
I think he says she's my sister, I want to say. She's not all there, and she thinks the
Camel.
The camel. No, she thinks the monkey's the sultan.
Oh, that's right.
And then she plays along very smartly. This is a great scene, by the way, where she goes to Apu and Apu is like, okay, yeah, I'll play along with this. And she says, oh, mighty sultan, and then she thinks that the camel is the doctor.
The doctor, that's
and all
right.
this fun stuff. She's just a good little scene. Meanwhile, back in Jafar's lab, he uses the sultan's ring to divine that the diamond in the rough who is actually Aladdin. He's climbing a ladder out there. We see him in like the hourglass sands of time or whatever it is.
Which, I mean, again, don't need to question stuff, but I'm going to. You use the sands of time to see that he's the diamond in the rough. Don't understand how that works.
Also,
and more than that,
how do you know he is?
There's that little like treadmill looking thing. And you have Iago.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, Jafar, you can use your hand to hit that thing once and it'll spin. Iago's
Iago's got to earn his fucking keep, okay?
Yeah.
There's no free rides in Agrabah.
You want
no
free? You want free crackers? You got to work for it.
Suck it,
As
man.
the only talking sentient bird, you know what I mean? This animal, like that's not enough for you, like because he's playing dumb around everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this would freak people out if it turned out they knew I was a talking
Gilbert
bird.
Godfrey,
You
yeah.
can imagine
exactly.
it was like some sort of magic he did, right?
Yep,
As
exactly.
a sorcerer.
Jafar did
Yeah.
it to somebody else,
Stealing
some
coasters
little
that he
kid.
just did right
Would
there?
you believe
Yeah.
Iago turns good? Because he does.
I do.
Heart of gold.
I believe it.
Oh, he was dancing to the songs. You can see him trying to have the good in
Yeah,
him.
yeah. There's
you know
a
what
good.
I mean?
He was also the smarts behind it, where he was the one that later is like, "Hey, you should marry this girl."
Yeah. No. He kind of starts the whole
And then he was a
motion.
flamingo.
Aladdin takes Jasmine up to his dope pimp pad. And they're on the roofs, and
Great
he's like,
view.
He's like, great view.
a
Opens it up.
lot of rupees. You could got to make a lot of rupees.
Well,
Yeah,
if that was in
that's
San
true.
Francisco,
If
you
it
have
was
to
an
pay
Airbnb.
lots of rupees, and you have to rent out your closet as well. He sees the palace, of course, and this is a great scene. Actually, I don't think I picked up on this when I was a kid, but the duality here of Aladdin fantasizing, hey, if I just lived in the palace, everything would be so great. I'd have all these servants. And as he's saying this, she's in her own brain thinking, oh, we have servants, just people to tell me what to do. And you're controlled, and you have no, like, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Meanwhile, it's like, to him, it's the ultimate thing, and to her, it's like, it's the ultimate prison.
And
which I thought
man,
was
it
really,
goes
really
from
cool.
0 to 60 where I'm like, I'm already feeling this chemistry, Bo. You guys
Yeah.
are about to get it fucking
Yeah.
on this
Right.
early.
And they
Let's
both
go, dude.
Right, they both
No tiger.
because
No tiger to
No
bite.
tiger to watch on.
they got a lot in common, namely that they both feel in their circumstances trapped. Which is an important thing. Aladdin says he wishes he could help her out, and they almost make out. But guess what?
it's so close, dude.
Somehow these guards just know where they're at any given time.
Didn't make any sense. Why did they know?
The guard.
If you remember, Jafar sees him in the thing, and he's like, "Hey,
Sees
send
him
the
going
guards
up a
on.
ladder.
That's
He
right.
sees him go up a random ladder.
Jafar knows Akrabah like nobody's back. You know
Back of
what I
his
mean?
head.
Yeah,
Back
exactly.
of
He's
his
like,
head.
oh, it's missing the third rung. Oh, that's over on 4th Street. Oh, this motherfucker's up in the high rise. That when I turned that guy into a parrot.
So the guards barge in, and Aladdin, we get the first time he says this, which he says I think 3 times. Jumps up onto the balcony.
Do you trust
puts out his hand and says, "Do you trust me?" And she's like, "What?" He goes, "Do you trust me?" And she takes his hand without answering, and they jump. And it's awesome because they go through all the laundry, land, die, end of movie.
Aladdin uses her body as a shield. But she
Rides her down.
pops back up.
Oh my god.
That's how you survive an animal.
Street rat.
Part of the match.
He's a gang member.
Part of the street rats. Street rats in the mud. The guards, of course, were like, fuck it. We're just going to walk back down the stairs. And they catch up with them very, very quickly. At which time, Jasmine finally reveals her true identity. But despite the fact that she says, I'm Jasmine, princess, and the
And
Sultan's
they're all
daughter.
like, "Whoa, sorry, that you're right, Princess Jasmine, but still, Jafar sent us, so we gotta take it up with him."
That's exactly what happened. Jasmine confronts Jafar, but Jafar's like, dude, I'm sorry, it's been 5 minutes. We already cut that motherfucker's head off.
dead, dude.
He is dead as doornails. Lying to her, of course, because Aladdin's down in the prison. He's not dead. He's down, tied up into the dungeon. And thankfully, though, his boy, Abu. What? Abu. I'm going to just write it out as O's.
How about just do this? Just start saying Apu.
The monkey. I'm just going to say, the monkey saves him again. Monkey, despite from also knowing where he's at and following him, excellent at picking locks, which is very, very cool.
Street rats.
Street rat.
Yeah, very much street rat. Street rat. Aladdin is sulking, of course. He's in love with the princess, and he must.
I'm trapped in here.
He's
I
like,
didn't make
damn
out
it,
with
she's a
her."
princess. I must have looked so stupid, like a fool. And then we hear it. You're not a fool. You're only a fool if you give up. Says some creepy old beggar that's been there the whole fucking time. That was he there? Do we know he was there? Did Aladdin know he was there? Who the hell knows? He offers Aladdin. He goes, look, man, I got this great place that you can change your circumstances out and check. If you don't believe me, here is $6 billion worth of rubies that if you just were to kill me and take right now, you could live like a fucking king for the rest of your life. How you got these rubies in here? How you're
illusion?
How you're able to get me out of here?
Illusion.
You would think. Maybe you don't trust this guy.
I don't
Maybe
buy
he's a
this
plant.
guy looks like Jafar at all either. It's like his disguise is like, no.
Right.
No.
What's some of those liver spots? Jafar doesn't have them. Later we see.
Oh no, he
When he pulls
just
off the
it's all
fake-
magic. It's magic.
No, he pulls off a beard later, right? Or maybe even a mask.
There's all sorts of weird shit.
It's an illusion, yeah. It's
Either
all
way,
magical
either way,
bullshit.
all is lost because
You're
guess
always
what?
trying to solve everything with
I want to
magic.
marry Jasmine, but I'm not a prince.
Magic with Andy.
Andy.
Oh no, it's you.
I don't know who I am.
I'm tired. And the guy has a great line, or Jafar has a great line here where he's like, you're not a prince, yeah, but there's lots of gold in that cave, and he who has the gold makes the fucking rules. Laying down the law.
Truth, kids.
The old man is like, but we're stuck in here. And the old man's like, yeah, don't worry about it, man. I come and go as I please. There's a great 7-Eleven around the corner. I just take the secret passage. We get the fuck out. They go to the Cave of Wonders. And guess what? Aladdin is the diamond on the rough because that thing just opens up and Aladdin goes right into his mouth. Just strong.
Oh man, Nick.
Just fucking strong into his mouth.
But don't take anything but the lamp.
But it says, don't take anything but the lamp.
The
And
line
Jafar's
like gags
hey,
a bit.
I get the lamp, then you can take whatever you want, right? But bring me the lamp first, of course, setting up the rules. And they go down there, and this is where we meet Carpet. Carpet's great.
Yeah.
Carpet befriends him, steals Boo's hat. They're all having fun. All a good time.
I said
They
this
go-
on Internet Explorers. Tell me Abu is not Kevin and that Magic Carpet isn't cool, Greg.
Yep, I'll take that.
I feel it.
Yeah.
man.
I'll take
I feel
that
it
very much.
So
This
hard.
scene's really funny when they're like, or we're not at the escape scene.
Not
yet.
yet.
No, they're
We're at
still
the part where he's
exploring.
like, we need to find this lamp. And the Carpet's like, I know where the lamp is. I'll take you to the lamp. And the lamp is in the most obvious place possible, in the middle of a giant lake, up a giant staircase with a light, with a downlight on it.
It's so interesting that the Carpet was able to convey that thought exactly without any words.
It
Yeah.
was great.
Good
Of course,
animation.
they go up, and as he's about to get the lamp, Abu is transfixed by this giant ruby. Can't help himself. Grabs it, and all fucking hell breaks
Indiana
loose. They go
Jones
from
theory.
heaven to just the gates of Hades, and it's melting around him. That's where we get a little bit of CG, which I just did not look that great. I wish they hadn't done that.
Well, it's
They're
because it was
flying
early.
through.
I mean, back then it was like a spectacle to see. Now you look at it and you're like, oh no, this looks like a freaking PS2 game.
It's just it's really funny because it reminds me of like when you're watching an early '90s movie and there's somebody running, you're like, oh, that green screen behind them's really weird looking.
Yeah.
Like it was the same effect here. Where like, oh, the animation looks fine, but the CG tunnels, it looks like a fucking screensaver.
A little
It's
unnecessary.
really weird. They haven't touched that up like they have Beauty and the Beast, right?
Well, because that didn't have.
Yeah,
CG
that
like
has
this.
doesn't
Just
have the
just the
chandelier.
ballroom. The ballroom. that was it.
Yeah, but like they really touched up that ballroom scene.
Beauty
Either way,
and the
as all hell
Beast.
breaks loose, Aladdin finds himself hanging off a ledge, and Jafar's like, "Give me the whip, throw me the whip, throw me the idol, throw me the whip, throw me the idol." Get a little Indiana Jones moment
There
here,
you
which is great. So he has to give him the lamp, and then of course Jafar pulls out a dagger, and again the monkey to the rescue, bites his
through.
ass, and they all
for him.
drop to hell.
And steals the lamp.
Well, we don't know that just yet.
I mean, well, we've seen
Because
the
we
movie.
think-
It's in review.
How,
so, I
dude,
mean,
there are people out there that have never seen a movie in their life. Why are you
really
ruining this
wanna
for
watch
them? They plummet, and Jafar's like, I fucking did it. Goes to find a lamp. It ain't there.
It ain't there. And Iago's
Abu
like, you
stole
a
it.
bitch.
And then that's where we get him, man. This is crazy because it's 35 minutes into the film. And he finally rubs the lamp, and we get him. We get Robin Williams.
get
The
him,
genie comes out.
Skate,
Boom.
I'm Robin Williams.
And it's great because yet again Aladdin uses his cunning to get himself out of the cave without using a wish.
So dope. But
which
also,
is
shout out
awesome.
to Friend Like Me. We can't
We
just
get-
gloss right
You've never
past
had it. Oh, I'm sorry, I
one of the
apologize that.
greatest songs and little dance numbers ever.
You got a friend in me.
I got a friend. in
I
you.
the
got
next
a friend in you.
But I love this because I really feel like it was an attempt to outdo Be Our Guest from Beauty and the Beast, and they did it. They
I'm
fucking
trapped
did it.
in this lamp.
People weren't
going.
applauding during the test screenings for applauding during the test screenings for any of the songs so far. So when they got to this, they ended it with the thing where the neon light says applause, and then after that, applause for every song.
That's
cool.
really funny.
Very, very smart. After A Friend Like Me, of course, he says there's 3 rules. I can't kill anyone, can't make anyone fall in love with you, and I can't bring people back from the dead. Aladdin
rules.
sees he outsmarts him here. He sees an opportunity to outsmart him. He says, what kind of a genie can't even bring people back from the dead? You probably can't even get us out of this cave. You fucking
Rule
wuss.
number 3: don't fuck with me.
Yeah, don't fuck with me.
fuck
And the
with me,
genie,
dude. Number 3, don't fuck
leaning into the hubris, of course, was like, fuck, I can get us out of this cave right now. Boom, they're out of the cave, back at the palace. Jafar is getting the business from old Sultan Sultan because Jasmine's like, you're a piece of shit, and you cut his head off. And guess what? When I'm the princess.
I'm gonna cut
Like
your
when I'm
head
queen, you're fucking dead. I'm just having you
your
assassinated.
dick off.
You're
Usually,
done.
not the best move to reveal.
No,
that you're
not a
gonna-
great
If
idea.
I get in power, I'll kill you. He's like, well, I only got one option here, don't I? Kind of tied my hands behind my back, and I got to bite you.
Of course, Iago is the one that comes up with this great idea. Says, hey, you should be the idiot that she marries. Jafar, you should marry the princess and become the sultan. And then we can drop Papa and princess off a fucking very big cliff. That's the idea. But before we get to that plot, we're over in the Oasis. They land this beautiful little tropical
Midnight at the
moment.
Oasis.
And this is where we get a very, very awesome line where, Aladdin asks Genie what he should wish for. And the Genie says, hey, if I could have a wish, I'd wish to be free. I've been stuck in this thing forever. I'm basically a slave to the owners.
God,
but
this movie's awesome.
No one ever wants to let me
love
go.
it, man.
And he's
so
got
many layers.
What a
the
strong
fucking
scene, dude.
great moment where we get it mirrored later where he says, I have phenomenal cosmic powers. Itty bitty living space.
Love it.
And it's so good. And then Aladdin goes, hey man, no worries. I'll use my 2 wishes. It'll be great. My 3rd wish, I'll set you free.
all
We know
yours,
he's
bro.
full of shit though. He's full of shit because he's a lying ass motherfucking
This
liar.
fucking street
he
rat.
does it.
And what's amazing, but I wanted to stop here for a second because we're 35 minutes in roughly, maybe 40 minutes at this point. We've only known the Genie for approximately 3 minutes and we love him. And that's how good the writing of this movie is. And Robin Williams, when you
Portrayal,
feel for him, you're like, dude, I've only seen this Genie for 5 seconds and I want him to be free.
Gotta be free.
I sympathize with him. It's very, very good. Watch out for camels. They spit. Genie turns Abu into the elephant. Aladdin's like, oh, I guess Aladdin's like,
ass looking elephant, man.
let's see. He says, yeah, yada, yada. Aladdin, of course, I think he wants to be a prince at some point.
Yeah, he wants
He
to
already
be
said,
first.
yeah, he already said that.
He
That
goes,
was
I
the
want my
first
first wish. I want to be a prince. I love Jasmine. She only can marry a prince. Can you make me a prince? Can I make you a motherfucking prince? I can make you the best prince of them all.
Yes,
is what
he
I can
does.
do. Of course, turns Apu into an elephant. He climbs a tree, comes down. It's great. Cool scene. We're back in Agrabah. The Sultan just playing with his dumb fucking toys because he is adult. He is adult.
He's like Hawkeye levels of dumb.
God, he's so dumb.
God.
Jafar comes in with a solution. Man, I got a solution to the problem. If the princess can't pick a prince, the prince must wed the royal vizier. And I happen to be the royal vizier. Of course, I guess people are just writing laws on the scroll and everyone.
Yeah, and he's
just
like,
has
can I
to go
see
by
it? And he's like, no,
Someone's
you
like,
don't
oh,
need
shit,
to.
yeah, all right.
Again,
Someone checks
no
out.
mush. His brain's
the
mush.
eyes.
And he tries to
Can't
hypnotize
even
him.
remember his wife.
Tries to hypnotize him again with his dope pimp stick. But we hear it outside. Something's happening. It's a rumble.
Bum, 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 bum.
We get the best. I say second to best song in the whole movie.
Ooh, I don't think so, man.
Prince Ali.
Whole New World, One Jump Ahead, Friend Like Me, and then Prince Ali.
Wow, there's a lot of good
And
songs.
they're all good.
Yeah,
A lot of great
I
songs.
mean, shout out to the composer Alan Menken, who also did Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Pocahontas, Hunchback, Hercules, and Tangled.
Hercules is great.
Jesus Christ, if he is not the best musical composer and songwriter of all damn time.
I mean, he's
Suck in Mozart.
this number is so great. And anyone who's watched this or hasn't watched this in years, if you're listening to this, go but just pause this video, go over to YouTube and watch this fucking thing.
Yeah,
because
and make
it's
sure you
so
don't
good.
accidentally click the new version yet.
Oh yeah, don't do
watch
that.
that next week.
Just a lot of
Don't
great tempo
do-
changes and stuff. It's
so
really
much
good,
fun,
man.
man. My favorite line is the monkey thing. Because
We got the monkeys.
there's so
Yeah,
many
we got
like
the monkeys.
backgrounds things like we got the monkeys. Show me the monkeys.
Of course, Jafar is trying to shut him out because he's like, this dude's got fucking it. He has got charisma. And if he gets into the princess, man, they are going to fucking bump uglies immediately.
The princess ain't into it though.
She's not into it. She's not. Because she just thinks he's another dipshit.
She
suitor.
catches him at like a terrible moment where he's like trying to be all cool and boastful for the dad, being like, don't worry, she's gonna fall in love.
Like
And
how the
you
New
know?
York Jets doing, you know,
course,
they like
this-
try to bond.
Of course, the
Yeah.
Sultan immediately loves him because the Sultan
He doesn't
has the
care.
mental capacity of a grain of sand.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking idiot.
He's a great.
But he says, I'm an excellent judge of character. And then Iago has a great Wayne's World reference where he's like, excellent judge of character, not. And I was like, oh,
92, dude. 1992. Hot.
Jasmine overhears the conversation and is like, listen, motherfuckers, I am not a prize to be won. No one's going to win this shit. I'm my own person. Everyone can fuck off. And they're out in the garden and he's like, Aladdin's tripping out and the genie helps him with the strategy. Of course, what does he say to do? You know what you should do? Just go up and tell her who you want.
Give him the truth.
It's very easy. Tell her
Fun
you
fact.
have magical wishes and you're awesome and she already likes you.
My last fun fact, and this blew my mind because I did not know it and
I'm
I love
excited.
it. Whenever Aladdin tells a lie, the feather on his hat
Goes down.
Oh.
It's symbolizing when you lie too much, your dick
penis.
doesn't work. Your
Holy
pee-pee
shit.
goes
You
down.
You hear that,
down.
kids? Don't lie too much.
It's very true. He goes to the
much.
balcony.
Just enough.
Well, yeah, just enough.
Of course, he's like, no, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to fucking try to just act like I'm a prince because she couldn't possibly love a beggar, which, let's be perfectly honest, she probably couldn't, but whatever. It doesn't matter.
She already did.
She
was
kinda
already
started
leading
falling
the
in love
kiss.
with
But here's the
It's
thing: he
close.
hadn't won over the dad yet, and there's no way the dad
Yeah.
changes the rules
fine.
before he was,
Dude, Persian
He could have
dads.
saved a lot of
Brutal.
problem here.
Dads are brutal.
Could have saved a lot of time.
Jasmine sort of recognizes him, I guess, but not really.
She
It was
knows
just
something's
weird.
up. Thank
She knows
goodness.
something's a little bit up.
Superman thing.
Yeah.
right?
I
You're
know
far.
you.
How do you fucking not know
But
this
even
guy?
less than the Superman thing because it's just a different outfit.
Yeah.
The hat.
You know?
He's cleaned up,
Obscured your
though.
hair.
Either way,
Well,
whether
it's
or
like
not
Captain America wears hats in Avengers, and they don't know who he is. Like
It's
in
a big
public.
hat, too.
I mean,
It's true.
but that's to blend in a crowd, not to talk to someone you just talked to the day before.
Exactly, Greg.
Either way, charming or not, she's not having this. He's still coming at her the wrong way. She's like, "Listen, motherfucker, you're just like everyone else. You're just just get the fuck out of here. Why don't you just jump off the balcony?" And he goes, "All right," and jumps off the balcony.
She's
and
like,
she
"Oh,
freaks
fuck."
the fuck out. Holy shit! I just talked to a guy to kill you. Myself. Do I have that power? Can I do that for everyone? Of course, no.
Dad, jump
He's
off
riding
the
the car.
Oh my god.
He's riding the carpet and
becomes
he's
a
like, you know
tyrant.
what? You're right. You are free to make your own choices. He jumps off the balcony. She freaks out, but there's something about this guy because he can float in space. And he's like, hey, before I leave, you want to go for a ride?
Do you trust me?
Do you trust me? That's what I'll call back.
And this is a
And then she
moment
realizes this is the moment where she realizes
she's
that
like,
it's
this
him.
motherfucker is definitely Aladdin.
good, dude.
She says yes, and let me tell you, I can show Andy the world.
Sing it, Nick. I'm right there with you, man.
I'll take his pants off first.
No,
Real nice.
too far.
Jesus.
Okay, did I ruin that for everyone?
Yeah.
Great moment. They fly around. They fly to China apparently because this.
Dude,
They fly all
all
over the
around the
place.
world, we have a little
Greece.
grease action
Yeah.
going on. It's like, fuck it. We don't need any rules here. There's no fit. This Science with Cap. Does this work out?
Yeah, they're going real fast though.
Real fast.
Real fast.
Science go real fast. Science go real fast here.
They would have been hit by like a bird.
They would have definitely not been able to breathe. So yeah,
But
Most people, not most people, a lot of people have seen the proposal video of my friend Curran and Shari. That was very Disney.
Most people.
A lot of people.
80% of the world.
80% of the world has seen this video. Fewer people, less people. I don't know, Greg. You let me know.
Fewer if you can count.
Fewer people have seen the original video when he asked her to be his girlfriend back in 2008.
Yeah.
That involved Curran singing A Whole New World to her on top of a car. We bought a shitty ass carpet to put on top of the car. They sat on it. He was
totally
dressed
safe.
like Prince Ali.
Little
And
racist.
me and my
How
dumbass
are you
friends
dressed?
were holding up. I was the genie in full blue paint.
blue latex paint.
Y'all
And
motherfuckers
guess
so
what's
extra.
fun?
Hella extra.
Guess what's
And
fun
we
to
had
take off?
poster boards that were like the Great Wall of China and shit as the car went around. It was
I literally
so bad.
I put a
It was
note in
amazing,
here,
though.
Cool
but I
Grace
was
and
like, with the inception of this song, with the beginning of the song, they made it so that Tim's friends would always have something to dance at their wedding too.
Yes.
because I swear to God, everyone's got this as their wedding
Hell
song.
yeah, man.
And why
Now
not?
I'm in a whole new world with you. Beautiful,
Okay.
dude.
They of course
Don't you
land.
dare close your eyes.
Close your eyes. They land on a roof, and then Jasmine knows it's him, so she throws him for a little curveball. She's like, "Yeah, it's too bad Abu couldn't be here. Abu couldn't be here. God
Just
damn it,
give
I know
up.
it's-
Who cares?
It's too bad the monkey couldn't be here." And he goes, "No, he hates flying." Oh shit!
Yeah, got me.
She says, "It is you, I know," and he has another opportunity here to just
Pushes
tell
her off the
just tell her the fucking truth. She's like, "You know
She
what?
knows. She knows.
You know what? It's I got this cool shit going on for myself. Just tell her the truth." But of course, no. He says, "No, I'm actually a prince, but I just like to slum it every once in a while and go out there. You wouldn't understand what it's like to just be a prince. I like to just go out there and act like a commoner every once in a while." She goes, "You know what? I think I wouldn't understand that." And I think
Cool.
you know that.
Let's move on.
Let's
but
move
before we move on, Nick, let me tell you that this episode is brought to you by 4 Hymns. 66% of men lose their hair by
I'm
age
gonna pee.
35. The thing is, when you start to notice hair loss, it's too late. It's easier to keep the hair you have than to replace the hair you've lost. That's why you should be like Nick and Andy and go to 4hims.com, a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, sexual wellness for men. Thanks to science, Kevin, baldness can be optional. Hims connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat hair loss. These are well-known generic equivalents to name brand prescriptions to help you keep your hair. There's no snake oil pills or gas station counter supplements. These are prescription solutions backed by science. There's no waiting room, no awkward in-person doctor visits. You can save hours by going to 4hims.com. Andy and Nick did it. They went online, talked to a doctor, sent in some photos, and got matched with the prescriptions to help fight their thinning hair. You can order now. Listeners, get a trial month of Hims for just $5 today. Right now, while supplies last, you can see the website for full details. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy. You can go to 4hims.com/KFMS. That is FORHIMS.com/KFMS. Woo!
Man, you're so good at reading ads.
I don't know. I do it a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you fucking sell out.
I mess up every once in a while. But you know.
Oh, well.
Greg, how you doing? You've been gone for a while from this show.
haven't.
You been reviewing anything?
You know, Oreos, whatever strikes me.
You reviewing your free time. Like, nobody watching.
Mainly
Cameras off.
emails, you know what I mean?
Cameras
I can't
off.
believe the work this guy does on them, huh?
Isn't it crazy? The effort he
fun.
What a
puts in.
terrible way to do it. What a terrible, is it more fun to
No one
stumble
has
through?
this like ridiculous memory like you do for like remembering every single
Small
scene that happened.
details.
Fucking awful.
That's
Why
the
is he
most
know?
impressive thing about you.
Thank
It
you.
is. It
Your
really is.
memory
Means
is
a lot.
ridiculous.
Did you guys have? I know we'll talk about our opinions later, but did you and Jen have a fun time watching this?
I mean, yeah, enough.
Okay.
I mean, I watched it on my iPhone, and then she took my other earbud, and then we just like on the plane we were watching it. We were
Gotcha.
delayed. Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. Because we walked in today and Andy was like, "Wait, Greg saw this?" I was like, "Yeah, he wants to be part of the Disney one."
Sure,
She's like,
yeah.
"I can't believe it."
I loved Aladdin growing up.
Hell yeah.
So that was
My
the
man.
thing.
It's
It
great.
was one of those ones I got and watched over and over and over again. So I was like, yeah, I want to see it. I want to see the new one and stuff.
Yeah, it's exciting times.
Yeah.
We'll see how it compares.
I'm
the whole point of
scared.
this
There's no
series,
reason to compare like greatness with like
We'll see.
the new stuff.
Big Willie style. All right, back to the plot, Nick.
For the first time in life, things are starting to go right for Aladdin. Man, let me tell you, everything's good. And then they just give him fucking CTE. They knock his ass over the head. The guards come in and just beat his ass over the fucking head.
And then they murder him.
They just murk his ass.
I didn't
I don't-
remember.
This I don't know if this is in your notes. This is very similar to Babes in Toyland. How they get rid of.
What a movie.
Do you remember this for real?
Oh yeah, Drew Barrymore.
I'm doing the really old one, Annette Funicello.
Love that too.
But that's how they took out that guy. Yeah, I was obsessed as a kid with that movie. But
I was obsessed with the Drew
when they took
Barrymore
out
one.
Tom, they did the same thing. Knocked him out, put him in a bag, threw him in the ocean.
Scary shit.
Did he get a wish and was able to
dead.
swim?
Just-
It sucks. The lamp kind of comes and he reaches for the lamp, but he can't quite get to it. Passes out, but the lamp rubs against him. Genie comes up. He's showering. It's a cute little thing where he's like, "Oh, I always when I'm showering." Looks over and says, "I can't help you unless you ask me. You can't ask me. I can't cheat on this one. Fuck it. I'm just gonna do it for you and
Take
just take
one
one
of
of
your
your wishes because otherwise you're dead."
It seemed like he could help.
Weird
probably
roles.
could've helped.
Without, yeah.
Genie's just like, I can't. I'm not getting screwed again.
You fooled me once.
Exactly. Once can't be fooled again.
Back in Jasmine's room, she's super happy, but guess what? That's about to get crushed too because the Sultan comes in, hypnotized as fuck, clearly hypnotized, and tells her, guess what? She's gonna wed Jafar, and she says she'll never marry him. I'm marrying Prince Ali, but he left. Better check your crystal ball again because Aladdin's fucking there.
Exactly. Great job, Aladdin. Great job.
That was a
dude.
good moment.
Guess
So
what? I'm
good.
not gone, motherfucker. You're dead. You're dead as doornails. And Jafar goes, I'm gone. Just disappears in red smoke. And it's like, this is not good. Goes down to his dope little lab. Sultan's happy. Jasmine chooses Aladdin. Everything's great. Sultan tells them that they're going to get married in one day.
Credits.
And one day he's going to be the Sultan. And this actually, it's great because you're the leader that my people want when I'm dead. I can trust you. You're a trustworthy guy. You lying ass motherfucker. And of course, this is when it really hits Aladdin. Shit. I have screwed up. This guy trusts me. They introduced me to his he brought me into his family. He let me sleep with his daughter multiple times in China. Like this is not going the way I want it to go. Of course, before Jafar left, by the way, he noticed that Aladdin had the lamp, and
And
he
I
was
also
like,
love
I get how this is
that
going
he calls him Prince Abubu.
Abubu.
It's just so good. That's such good villain like lines and stuff of just fucking up names. And there's another line where he talks to Iago and he says some shit about foul play, and I'm like, hey,
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
bird.
So we realize that this is Aladdin. He's got the lamp. That's a big deal. Jafar orders Iago. He's like, oh, you got to go steal that lamp. Iago's like, finally, put my ass to work because I'm tired of these crackers. Aladdin goes back. He's talking. He doesn't know what to do. He can't keep this up. The pressure's starting to get to him. And the genie's like, well, you can free me. I think he's already used 2 wishes, right? At this
Yeah.
point, what was his second wish?
The second wish
was to
forced
live.
on him.
Save him life.
Right. And he's like, I can't, dude. I need the 3rd wish in my back pocket. I need you to be my slave forever because I can't keep this up on myself. And Genie's like, you're a
damn,
mother,fucker,
bro.
right? He's like, I was starting to feel left out because you fucked over everyone else, and now you fucked over me. So I'm just gonna go back to my little lamp. And he goes, fuck you. As he goes
The
back
movie
in.
starts moving so fast here.
It really
and
starts
I
moving fast.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Lots of things happen here. Of course, he hears Jasmine calling him out, but it's not Jasmine out there. It's Iago. Iago sneaks in, grabs the lamp. Let's see. Everyone leaves him alone, basically. Let's see. Finally, at this point, this is where Aladdin finally figures out, look, I got to come clean with all this shit.
Yeah.
I've been an asshole. I got to go tell Jasmine I got to come clean. But the Sultan, it's too late. He goes over to tell Jasmine, and the Sultan's
She's
like,
like,
hey,
no time.
we got to get out there.
Everybody's
We got to
singing,
get out
let's
there. We
go
got to get
out
out there. We organized this thing very fast, especially for a time and a place that has no technology or internet. Everyone just fucking hangs out.
They smoke.
They were waiting for it.
You do the smoke.
They
It's like a new
had
pope.
2 days. They had 2 days, right? They had to be ready to get this done.
People knew. They were ready.
Oh.
The Sultan announces that Princess Ali Abawa, is that what it was? Will marry Jasmine, and all of Agrabah fucking eats that shit up. They just accept him. Like, we're great. Down in the lab, though, Jafar's like, this is my
I
time.
like how you call it the lab. It's very apt, but I just
It's
enjoy
like
it.
it's like a good
Yeah,
shit,
no, it's
evil
a
guy's
lamp.
lair or whatever. Jafar has the lamp and uses it as first wish. He wants to be Sultan, not just Sultan, Sultan on high.
Can we also give a shout out though to like how they got the lamp with Iago as the flamingo and using Jasmine's voice?
Yeah, that was
Dope
great.
shit. It's just fun.
The magical powers, of course, strip the old Sultan down literally to his MeUndies. I don't know why they had to take the clothes off his back, and they give him to.
Because that's where the Sultan powers are.
That's the Sultan powers, great. Yeah, the
shit.
king had no clothes. And then the genie literally grows to a terrifying size, rips the palace up,
Looks
and puts it
super
on
nice.
top of a mountain.
Looks dope as hell. And also, not only do they take the clothes off the Sultan, they put the clothes on the Jafar. They also put the clothes on the Iago. Why? Does he
Naturally.
need little
I like
Sultan
that.
clothes?
I like
don't
that he got
know, but
little
I liked it a
Sultan
lot.
Rise to power. Of course, he's like, "You're gonna bow to me," and Jasmine and the Sultan like, "We're never gonna bow to you. If you won't," and he's like, "Fuck it. If you won't bow to me, then guess what, you motherfuckers? You're gonna cower before a sorcerer." And he uses his second wish to be the most powerful sorcerer in the world. And he's whipping through these wishes, not thinking.
Smart
Really
use
just-
of that wish. Now he's got magic powers.
Yeah.
He
really,
is the genie,
really good.
kind of.
Turns
Yeah.
everything upside down. Turns Raja back into a cute little cub.
Cute little
So
kitty.
cute.
Very cute.
Very cute.
Unwinds the carpet and all that stuff. all sorts of
Extremely
cool stuff.
depressing.
We get a the Prince Ali reprisal here. Jafar outs Aladdin as the beggar, and Jasmine's like, "Shit, you fucking lied to me. You're a piece
So
of shit."
we get the Prince Ali reprisal, and I feel like this is a key thing to a Disney movie, especially a musical Disney movie, is the villain having a song. Aladdin had another cut song that was Jafar having a song talking shit about Aladdin. They cut it from this, but I enjoyed that they do the reprisal where it is him talking shit, and it's evil as fuck, and
Very
it really
minor-
brings everything full
minor
circle.
keys.
Because I feel like you need to be able to listen to the soundtrack of a musical and get the story without watching it for it to be a perfect musical, and you can with this one.
Very true. Jafar then, of course, takes it upon himself to blast Aladdin, the carpet, and the monkey into the mountaintops. Just blast him into the Arctic Circle,
Tosses him
in the
into
dick-shaped
tower.
tower.
Yeah,
where he freezes to death. End of movie. No, he doesn't do that.
I also just like seeing how the genie's very like hesitant and just kind of like, I'm sorry, bro.
He doesn't
Like,
want to do it.
This sucks. I'm
He
sorry.
liked Al better. And I
Yeah.
love that he calls him Al the entire movie,
Yeah.
by the way.
I just don't understand the ownership of the genie. Because my thought would have been that Jafar rubs it and he's like, "I wish I could help you, bruh, but you're in line now. I still got one wish with this dude."
Right.
Or even
think
when
you just
Aladdin
have the
does
lamp.
get reunited with Genie,
Take
and
the lamp
Genie's
back.
like, "Hey, sorry, I work for this guy." And I'm like, "I still got one fucking wish. Don't you be squelching me." You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
never
it's
thought
just
about that.
ownership.
You owe me. You know.
Of course, this is the moment, the lowest moment in the whole movie where Aladdin realizes he's just fucked all these things up. If he'd have just freed the genie when he had the chance, he probably could have. None of this would have happened. It would have been fine. He's got to get back and set things right. Of course, who does he find? The frozen carpet, and it's underneath the giant column thingy. So when he pulls it out, the giant column thingy starts coming down on him, and he pulls a fucking dope ass street rat move, classic street rat.
That's
Where
what
he
the
waits
street
for the
rats do.
window and then huddles, and the window rolls him past and saves his life.
Beautiful.
Which is great.
Very Nathan Drake.
Exactly. Back at the palace, Jafar is basically just torturing everyone. He's a piece of shit. Jasmine's chained up. The Sultan's like a little puppet marionette guy. Terrifying Saw.
Being forced to eat crackers
Just
by Iago.
Terrifying.
Jasmine with the ponytail, looking very Ariana Grande.
Right.
A la 2016.
Jafar tells her, "Listen, man, you're mine now." And she's like, "I'll never be yours." And Jafar gets the idea. I'm going to use my final wish. My final wish is to make Jasmine fall in love with me. And the genie's like, "I can't really do that." And he's like, "Listen, motherfucker, do it."
The genie's like, Doc, she's 16.
And then
Like,
Jasmine, without really knowing the rules of the wish, just kind of catches on like, I'll just play along. Why? I don't know. But
I don't
she
think
doesn't.
Well, she
rules
sees
are
Aladdin.
involved.
She
saw Aladdin.
episode.
Yeah.
Okay. So she plays along with him and is like, "You're just fucking sexy with those shoulder pads, like B. Arthur."
I love that every single,
Like
she
Bjork.
keeps complimenting him, but every compliment is just describing.
gaps
Right.
between
You're,
your
you're
teeth.
very tall.
Yeah.
You have gaps in your teeth. It's like, these aren't nice things necessarily. They're just
Hey, but
facts.
she's looking at him.
They turn her
And
on.
that's
She
a
is looking
start.
at him.
That's a start for Jafar.
And then
I
also
get it.
the genie is very like attracted to Jasmine too. which
Everyone's
is
attracted to
kinda-
Jasmine. Jasmine's
her
hot.
dad's attracted to Jasmine.
All right, slow it down.
missed that
right?
part.
Got a little Trump
Oh,
situation
right.
going on here.
The genie, of course, is desperate and asks, "What are you going to do?" And Aladdin's like, "Listen, man, remember I'm a street rat, motherfucker. I'll do what I do best. Improvise." Which I guess is very true. He sneaks in. He tries to get the lamp, but Jafar
really based on Tom
spots
Cruise.
his reflection in Jasmine's
Wow.
crown, and he puts her back in the hourglass, sand starts pouring on her. She's probably going to drown here in the sand, which is a fucking terrifying way to die. And then Jafar starts cleaning house with his awesome sorcerer powers, turns the monkey into a toy monkey, unravels the carpet, all this stuff. It's a fucking terrifying moment. And he's like, Aladdin starts talking shit. He's like, are you afraid to face me, you filthy coward snake? And he's like, oh, I'm a snake? Maybe you really want to see the kind of snake that I can be. Turns into this giant stuff of nightmares cobra. And the genie, there's a great line here where the genie's like, come on, Aladdin, go. Like rooting for Aladdin as a cheerleader. And he's like, stay the fuck out of this. And then the genie has a great line where it's like, okay, Jafar, he's our man if he can't do it. Great!
Yeah.
Fucking great delivery. And you know that was an ad lib. Aladdin attacks him with a sword, gets a couple good stabs in, but all for naught. Not really doing well. Little effect. The
Very
cobra
low DPS.
snarls him and says, you thought you could beat the most powerful sorcerer in the world. And that's where Aladdin gets the idea. He's like, oh, I found it. Ego.
He's a smart rat, too.
That's my way. And Aladdin
Most rats
uses his
are.
wits.
Yeah.
The street rat. Special street rat style, and says, you're not the most powerful sorcerer in the world. You are second best. The genie is the most powerful. So as long as he's around and you're not a genie, you'll always be second best. And
Low
Jafar's
DPS,
like,
high intellect, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Jafar's like, you know what? Good point. I'm going to use my third wish. And then everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing? Jasmine's like, what are you doing? And what does he say to her again?
Not today.
Trust me.
Oh.
Not today.
That was really funny.
Jafar uses his third wish. He says, I wish to be all powerful genie. And he turns into an evil, red, terrifying version of the genie.
So cool.
And this is where Jasmine's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, trust me. And of course, before he gets an opportunity to really wield the power, he's like, I've got all this power. It's amazing. The cuffs go on him. And he's like, what's happening? And Aladdin says, you forgot that you got all the phenomenal cosmic powers, but a little itty bitty living space. And he gets sucked back into the lamp.
Motherfucker.
Aladdin should have rubbed it. He should have come back out. I'm your master now. I wish that you just fucking disappear forever. You know
Well,
what
that's
I mean?
the third wish, though. He's gotta
Iago,
use
you
third
could
wish.
stay though, because you have a heart of gold. You'll prove that in the second and third movie as well as the
Yep.
animated series.
Gilbert, chill out here. with
But
me.
they don't do that. The genie instead grabs the lamp and says, hey, have fun living in this fucking cave of wonders for 10,000 years, and just throws it into the distance. What could possibly go wrong with this plan, as Greg has pointed
Kingdom
out?
Hearts 2.
Jasmine takes Aladdin's hand. He apologizes to her for lying. She understands why he did it, because he was just a piece of shit, and she would have loved him anyway. I guess this is goodbye. That's stupid law. It's not fair. I love you. And the genie's like, hey, man, you got one more wish left. You could probably just change the law with the wish or whatever. But Aladdin's like, no, dude. What about
got you,
I got
bro.
you, bro. It's
So
your freedom.
touching.
And he goes, it's only an eternity of servitude. What's that compared to love? You know, this is love. You're not going to find another girl like her in a million years. And Aladdin, he gets it. And he goes, I do love you, but I got to stop pretending to be something that I'm not. And he goes, Genie, I wish for your freedom. And the genie doesn't hear him. It's a great moment where he's like, all right, one bona fide prince coming. What?
Boom.
Oh, it's such a good moment.
Such a good moment.
He goes, Genie, you're free. And the cuffs fall off. They fall to the ground. And man, he is quick to get the fuck out of there. He's like, I got to see the world. I got places to go.
Gotta
I got
go to
places to see.
Disneyland.
I like he's the goofy hat on.
Yeah.
I had the goofy hat.
Wearing the same outfit that Robin Williams wore in some movie where he went to Disneyland.
Good Morning Vietnam.
Don't think that's that one.
It's not fun.
Disneyland, Vietnam. He says, quick, wish for something ridiculous. Wish for the Nile. And he goes, I wish for the Nile. And he goes, no. Like, no way. Right. Great moment. Aladdin, of course, and Genie say their goodbye. Man, he calls him Al again for one final time, and it's really, really great. And then the Sultan finally takes his head
This
out of his
moron.
fucking tight little ass. Jesus. And goes, you know what? I'm Sultan. What's the point of being like the most powerful person in the land if I can't change the rules? Guess what, man? You guys can marry whoever the fuck you want. I'm just gonna throw this scroll that doesn't really mean anything anyway out, and it's
Love
good.
is love,
and we
dude.
get a whole new world reprisal, and it's beautiful.
and it's
as
so powerful.
Jasmine and Aladdin fly off into the horizon on the magic carpet toward a beautiful, beautiful full moon. But it's not a full moon. It turns around, and of course, it's got the genie's face on it. One more last little gig. He pulls the little thing down and says, "Made you look."
And I will
it
say,
spools back up.
don't like that. I feel it ruined such a perfect moment. Just the made you look. Why'd you do that? You didn't make me look.
I
I've
liked that. I
been
thought it was
looking at
cute.
the whole movie.
Aladdin got a cool suit upgrade though.
Yeah.
It reminds you of like in Mega Man X when you upgrade
Yeah,
your
dude.
suit and stuff.
Sure.
It's really cool.
And that, as they say, is that. That's the
Le
end of Aladdin.
Fin
Wow.
El
of
Fin.
Aladdin.
After credit scene where the genie thanks us for watching.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Was that way?
He doesn't pop up, but it's Robin Williams. Like, that's it, folks. Thanks for watching.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Did not watch
The original post-credit scene.
Yeah, man, Aladdin.
That's
Robin
why
Williams.
I heard that's what Robert Downey Jr. was watching. He's like, we got to do this.
We gotta make it all.
They just stole that from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
So, since this is a bit different than our other in review stuff, we don't necessarily need to do all of the fun things. Ragu Bagu, Jafar.
Yeah, done.
Dude, he's awesome.
Where should we
Sorry,
rank
is
him?
Tim a member of
Number
Ragu Bagu?
one. Yeah. Well, I guess in this one, yeah, it's me, Tim, Andy, and that's it.
What the fuck? You know, I fought for you to come back on this when you wanted to come back
Well,
on
my
it.
probationary period ended.
You're a self-proclaimed
I got
exile.
thrown out for being for doping.
I thought Jafar was great. Excellent as a bad guy. Iago,
Phenomenal.
so damn good.
good.
And again, the bad guy song, great.
It's so weird that Iago gets is in the next two movies.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's a
You
good
ain't
little,
never had
good
a
little
friend
parrot.
like me.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to do next week. We're doing Aladdin live action 2019, and we're going to compare and see what's different. We saw Beauty and the Beast 2 years ago, last year, one of the two, and there was enough differences between the two. I don't think any of us are expecting next week to be better than this, but I think there could be some surprises.
I'm
looking forward to
excited
as
for
well.
it. Like seeing a different take on Genie is going to be interesting. Especially we all love Will Smith so much.
And that's my thing. I want to say now before next week. I watched the Prince
that's how
Ali
Will Smith
clip that
raps.
they put out. Did any of you guys see it?
no, I'm going.
blind.
And it's definitely, it seems rough when you just see it out of context. I don't know that in context it's going to be much better, but I do like that he's not trying to be Robin Williams.
Yeah.
He's trying to be Will
He'll
Smith.
fail. He'll fail if he
And
does
he
that.
totally has the vibe of
he go Big Willie
90
Styles?
It feels like that.
The Millennium.
It feels like that too.
They gotta lean
It feels
into
like
I hope
all
Genie
of the
shows up as
things.
a little mini Genie at one point. Just for a second.
Just for a
Some
second.
joke. I don't know.
I don't know how movies work.
I had a great time watching this. I really thought it held up in a way that I wasn't necessarily expecting it to. It's been a while since I've seen a lot of the older Disney movies. but-
It's been honestly probably about 10 to 15 years since I've seen a lot of the older like Lion King and Beauty and the Beast and all that. And I agree with you where at the beginning of the movie you were catching things that you didn't recognize as a kid. Same with me. Like I have such a greater appreciation for the writing and like just the score.
Well, just
and
Robin
everything.
Williams' ability to improv,
Yeah.
and like bring all those extra elements in. I was like, oh man,
These movies are magic,
he was
man.
awesome.
They're
and
so
then the
good.
animator's ability to take those moments and make them feel special
Sell
and
them.
like look
Yeah.
and sell them.
Yeah.
Right,
Really
that's
sell
the
them.
thing is I love the look of the characters and just the way that they're animated and like how expressive all of them are. Jasmine's yes when she says do you
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
he
that
says
was
do you
really
trust
good,
me, it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I believe in them so much,
Yeah.
and we always talk about the chemistry between characters being weird and weak or rushed, and I feel like you can't be more rushed than what this movie presents us.
Yeah.
But I believe in it.
Yeah.
And it's like that's really that is the Disney magic. Any other closing thoughts on Aladdin 1992?
No, it's great.
No, yeah,
I thought it
it's
was
good.
great.
It's
Yeah.
good.
I mean, it's obviously like there's some certain aspects of it that are skosh dated.
No, yeah.
We don't need to necessarily get into that right now, but I'm glad that they've addressed those in the modern iteration of Disney films. But yeah, for a 1992 movie, I thought as far as structure and as far as artistry is concerned, this is probably as good as it gets.
This is the diamond in the rough.
It is.
Andy, until next time.
I don't have one. I mean, you're the Disney guy.
Bye.
But we're not leaving this table till you find one. Oh, I guess we are.